ask about the 3-point barrage, but this is really a rare night where you guys can get loose and cheer on the entire team. All 13 scored. How important is a night like this for them?
I think the biggest thing is for them to just get their confidence, get their rhythm. Watching, Mia get out there, Ersan hit some shots, Matt, Jarrell, Trent, JB, like everybody, I think it's just great to see that the game flowing, everybody kind of doing their thing, and that just shows the chemistry we have as a group. They went out there and executed, so many different things. We're talking through game plans, and just for them to continue to get that experience throughout games like this, I think is huge. And for us as the starting group to go out there and just handle business from the jump and kind of stay aggressive, I think was huge as well.
You guys had that energy on the bench. I know it's a challenge to generate that home crowd energy internally when you're on the road. So how do you find that on the road?
I think, sticking with what we do as far as, continue to be in each other's ear, positive vibes always. There's going to be times where we're going to need to find it. I think Washington was probably the last game where it was quiet. We were kind of getting our butts kicked for a little bit, but we found the energy in the second half. It's going to be nights like that, but just continuing to stay positive, continue to, provide that spark from the bench unit, just keep guys going. I think is definitely going to be a challenge at times, but it's something we look forward to as a group because we're such a tight knit group and our chemistry is strong.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
He's frozen.
Okay, we'll go to Andy Larson, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, you're now up to 41% from three on the season. Do you feel like you have shots in your bag this year that you feel more confident in than you did last year or even earlier on in the year, maybe?
No, I think, they've been there. I think it's just a matter of me, from the beginning of this year till now, I think it's a matter of make or miss. To start this year, I think the way I shot the ball in the bubble, the shots I was getting, the looks I was getting, I really, took that film and said, all right, how can I get, these shots and how can I get these looks throughout the season, and kind of finding them in different ways. And that's what you're seeing now. I've worked the reps twice, before the bubble and after the bubble, before the season. So I've worked these reps, and it's just a matter of me just going out there and getting to them. In a game like this, just trying to find ways to pick my spots and find ways to get shots that maybe not so much in this game, but I'm going to have to make and have to take games coming up, playoffs. That's really, where my mind is with those, and I feel comfortable with them. My teammates trust me with them, and just going to continue to take them.
Coles, AP.
Since the All-Star break, you've been red hot. Have you had a better stretch as a pro, maybe in the bubble? Or do you think this has been your best stretch as a shooter and a scorer?
I think the bubble was just, at the end of the day, it was 7 games. Granted, it was the playoffs and we lost. But, for me, the scoring is what it is for me, but it's the decision making that's really, that's, I wouldn't say shocking me, but it's really getting to a point where I'm like, okay, you're making this step, you're making this leap. The leaps that I've been talking about, I'm finally starting to see them from the reps I've been doing over the summer. I'm starting to see them all come to fruition, come and being able to go out there and find them, whether it's the passes, it's the, maybe not necessarily it's an assist when I say pass, it's passing out of a blitz, it's, pass to a pass, hockey assist. Those little things for me, I think are something that I really, I'm excited about. I get excited about, at the end of the day, my job is to go out there and put the ball in the basket, but it's the other things, being a leader, being that guy, with the ball in his hands and being able to make smart decisions throughout the entire game. I think that's something that, I would say this is probably my best stretch, but I'm trying to get to a point where we don't call them stretches anymore. What I mean? It's years, it's yearly, it's career. It's it's not just best stretch, and I mean, that's really what I'm trying to get to, where, day one, we know what to expect coming in. I know what to expect coming in. This is my level. This is where I need to be at, and this is where I need to stay at.
Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Don, obviously, I mean, you guys have lofty goals, and there aren't a lot of games where some of those seldom used guys actually get on the court. Do you feel maybe a sense of responsibility for helping to teach them and guide them when they're not actually getting the playing time?
Yeah, and I think we have a group of guys that want to learn. I think that's what makes it easier. So when we get to situations, they see things and they ask questions. It makes it easier for us to teach and explain and explain what's going on. So then when they get it in games like this, they're out there executing without. I don't really think there was a time where we said much from the bench because they already knew what they were doing. I can't say that was the case last year. When they were rookies, most of them are rookies. So now they're getting to a point where the guys are coming in and like, look, you go here. I know what to get here out of this look. How do we get Jarrell a layup? Hand off to a slip. How do we get Ersan a pick and pop three? Like those are the reads that they're starting to make. And you got to give them credit. And it's not so much us. You got to give them credit for, the work they put in. When we have off days and they're in the gym working with coaches, finding ways to watch film, that's really what it's all about. And you're seeing it in games like this. You see it, from continue to keep a lead, continue to defend, and play the right way.
Last question, Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, you referenced the starting five being locked in from the outset of the game tonight. You guys wound up setting an NBA record with 18 made threes and a half. What was working that well for you guys?
I think, the biggest thing is understanding the team we're playing. We know that they're the shift team. They come in, they want to really help on the roll. When you have a guy like Rudy, they want to help even more. So being able to kind of pick that apart and find guys, and then guys just taking shots. That's really what it is. Just, going out there and taking the shots that we're given. They got guys who are really, really talented. They're trying to, prove themselves throughout the league, and they got guys who are really good who are going to be really good young guys as well. But for us, just sticking with what we do, taking shots that are there, but understanding the game plan, and how we're going to be guarded, before we get into a game, I think was the biggest thing.
That's it. Thank you, Donovan.
Thank you.